If you were anything like me and are just thinking it's Wednesday already, holy mackerel, this week's half over. You got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state and nation, world, everything that we live in, galaxy. Go ahead. It's your world. And then GO stands for Get Outdoors, Go Outdoors, Great Outdoors, whatever you want it to stand for, because you're an American, as evidenced by the flag over here. Yeah, and in the great state of Arizona, that's the other flag. Thanks for hanging out. Yesterday, we were recapping an interesting trip to Mexico. And right afterwards, we'll get back to that in a moment, but right afterwards, I grabbed intern Nuge, my son, and I had him meet me at the car rental place, get to take the van back. And we were going to go out to Chandler to Tom Caldwell's place from Blue Rooster and get our skulls, get his bison skull and get Princess Slavo's Watusi skull. And when we get there in Nuge's car, we're wondering where the hell you it reminded me of Clark Griswold, right? When he, hey, Griswold, where do you think you're going to put that thing? Bend over and I'll show you. It kind of seemed like that. Where are we going to put this Watusi skull? This Watusi skull is what's up, Scotty? It is a dinosaur. It is just a dinosaur. And I didn't think to have him stop by the house, get my truck, and come out there. I just wasn't thinking. I'm like, how are we going to get this in a little Kia K5? It was, we made it happen. I want to show you this because it's impressive. I had him film this, me putting it in the car. And this is, if you have never seen a Watusi skull, a Watusi essentially is it's African cattle. It's like a cow, but it has a giant rack on it, an insane rack. And it's just, it's great for the freezer, great for the wall. Everything's good. We all love this kind of stuff. Check this out. Watch this thing. Yeah, there we are. Look at that thing. Look how big it is. So there's some people off to the side there just kind of talking trash, kind of like, oh, these people, whatever. But I'm like, dude, I look at this thing. It is 6 feet, 1 inch from tip to tip. It is my height. I can lay down. My foot would be at one tip, head to be at the other. That's how big this thing is. Look at this thing go. So we just got to kind of finesse it in there. Seats are down in the back. Yeah, make sure I don't crush the thing. And look at this. We get this in a Kia K5. We get this thing. Look at this beast. This is Princess Slavo's Watusi skull. It is absolutely gigantic. And we get it in, no big deal. Everything, look at this, fits like a glove. The horn is actually between me and Captain Nuge while we're driving.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Man, no big deal there, right? Yeah, no big deal at all. Woo! And I knew to be extra careful with the skull. These things are like chalk at times. They've been through a process of getting dehydrated, rehydrated, bleached. The bone is very fragile. And the first time we went to Blue Rooster, I had somebody do a bison skull for me, and then he did 2 of the feral hog skulls for Rob and his buddy. When I went to pick them up, I grabbed my bison skull, I put it very gingerly in the passenger seat of the truck. And then the guy that did I'm not going to throw anybody in the bus, but the guy that did it, he grabs essentially the snout of the face of the pig skull to pick it up and hand it to me. And it just goes crush. I was like, dude, I'm not paying for that. And he was mortified. The guy was absolutely mortified. He didn't even charge me for the bison skull. He felt so bad. But these things get super fragile. So when that thing bumped the trunk on the way through, I was like, its teeth are all loose, and that's what super glue's for in a lot of ways. But that pig skull was no, that wasn't happening. But now you see why I get so fired up about the Euro mount and the skull mounts. I just think it's cooler. I mean, we could have shoulder mounted that Watusi, and it would just it was a beast. It was an old dude for sure. This guy was at the last days of his life. Yeah. So there is it's transporting those things very, very difficult. Now, as some of you know, I've gone through a divorce, so I've got to get my bison skull back over here And intern Nuge said, "Don't worry, I'll get it, Dad. I got this." And I gave him the very specific instructions. I said, "Buddy, you've got to be careful. You got to treat these things." And y'all know I'm a Star Wars nerd, a Star Wars Lego nerd. So I have a big Slave One ship, Boba Fett ship. And I said, "You treat that thing as if you're transporting Slave One to this house." Yeah. So, man, yeah. Yeah, Tetris. I'm not kidding. Oh, check this out. Scotty just said, he just commented. Please comment along, play along. Long live Tetris as a child. I'm telling you, I got this little box during the holidays. It was social media stalking me. I couldn't not get it. It has except for Xbox, it has every game console game that we have ever had as a kid. So Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis, Commodore 64, Atari. It has all of the games loaded on it. I think it was $80 straight out of China. It took forever to get here, but we play Tetris like crazy. My girlfriend's a savant. She's like a Tetris savant. And it's just, yeah. So it's absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mark, it's exactly what I thought of when I was putting that thing in there. Bend over and I'll show you. So, but yes, oh my gosh, it was so cool. This game system. I don't even know what it's called. It wasn't even in English. Nothing was in English when that thing showed up, but I did not care. I've been playing every Double Dragon, Double Dribble. I've been playing them all. Pitfall, Space Invaders, all day. Just too much fun. Too much fun. Anyway, this is a show about the outdoors. Yes. Sometimes we forget. The skulls are going to be here. At least my bison skull is going to be here. Got a place for it on the wall. So excited about it. Getting that baby back is very, very key to me. I'm ready to make it happen. Yes. Is the pup complain? The pup went home. Yes. So, but this is just so y'all know, this is this my homie. There's my fishing buddy right there. Yeah, that's my fishing buddy in Mexico. That's Sab. Yes, I am. He's an old man. I'm basically his hospice dad, and I spoil the living good night out of him. I just spoil him. Like I said, he was out there barking when I gave him a bison marrow bone to chew on for a half hour. Just go out there and chew on that, dude. Do your thing. Yeah. Holy mackerel. Which brings us back to Mexico, because there is a few. Thank you very much. He's a handsome, good doggo. He is just an old lab. He's a good dog. Champion line. That story we'll get into it at a different time. But the Mexico trip was basically the steps I gave you of the tackle preparation, the lines, things that you need and things that you don't need. And thanks, Scotty. And here's what you need. Okay, go back to this. You need a good fishing buddy. So you get your fishing buddy out there, and he can just lay in the surf, and you're just out there throwing baits. So that's good. Second step to a successful vacation fishing trip or fishing on vacation. You see, again, I do not, and I never ever want to. I don't want to go on any type of vacation where there's not an outdoor activity. I just don't. So if I knew I could get up at 5:30, 6:30 every morning, go fishing, I'm in. Sign me up, right? So we're just kind of acting like, yeah, it's vacation, but there's Mikey's down there fishing. Yeah, he's down there fishing. Then your significant other, in this case, my girlfriend, got to make sure that they catch fish. You got to make sure that they're on it like Blue Bonnet, and there she is catching the fish, got a little spotted bass, and that's step 2. Once that's done, you're clear. You're in the clear because you have all done it together and it's been fun. Intern Beans caught a fish. She caught a fish. Life's good. Life's good. Just steps to successful outdoor adventures when you're on a family vacation. Then you get to it. If I didn't catch it, didn't take a picture of it, didn't happen. Here's one of the first fish I caught the second day. And just to prove to y'all, I was out there catching fish, and I caught, little tiny bait. There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Life is awesome, man. I got to tell you. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Wait a second. Grizz just said in the comments here that his sister has 19 labs. I don't know where to go with that. Just dealing with one dog. 2 dogs when I had my GSPs. Lost those in a divorce. That's enough. 19. I hope that's a typo. Wow, what is she spending? Yeah, acreage is fine, buddy. What is she spending food? I mean, getting a 50-pound bag of food from Cal Ranch is, it was 50, $60. What in the world? On my own. Anyway, I can catch bait. Yes. I was told that when they were taking that picture that they didn't know if I was holding a lure or an actual fish. Yeah. Mhm. Well, what am I going to say? Like, oh yeah, I'm the greatest angler of all time. I catch only giant fish. I catch slobs. I just catch big fish. No way. Holy cow, man. And by the way, something I learned from the grandson of the founder of SeaWorld. You might have seen his stuff around. He's the CEO of AFTCO, American Fishing Tackle Company. And you'll go with the blackfish thing and all that. We had that debate at a different time. Actually, let's set that up because I think that's a good discussion to have. Really good discussion. I get that all the time. Oh, have you seen Blackfish? Oh, he was the grandson of the founder of SeaWorld. He didn't do anything. He went out there catching orcas. And he had nothing to do with the decision of Telecom. Moving on. He said, I get just as excited catching a small fish as I do a 200-pound tuna because it takes the same amount of skill. Y'all, it takes the same amount of skill to catch a big fish or a small fish. You don't know what's under the water. You don't know what's going to take your bait. The fact that anything took your bait should be something special, should be something to celebrate, and should be something that you get all fired up and jazzed up about. Oh, it's a small one. Who cares? Who cares? I told you yesterday that I would watch the tide come in. I'd watch the waves, and I could see my lure in the wave, and then I could see the little fish following. And at one point, I saw the fish following. It was like 2 waves back, but I knew where my line was. And I see these like 2 or 3 fish just kind of battle for it, and I felt them hit. So I just set the hook. I was like, "There's something's got to get something." And I caught a fish. But I caught a fish. I hooked it basically to the back of the fish. He didn't even take the line. I was so geeked up and jazzed up about that catch. I was like, that is so cool. I snagged one, but I still caught a fish. And so I don't care about small, big size, especially I was catch and release the entire week. So I didn't care. I wasn't like, oh, great. This one's not going to eat. That one will eat. This one's not going to eat. And I hate cleaning fish. I just do. It's just not enjoyable. Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, so I tried to get the kid on fishing. Oh, all right. Okay. Okay. Scotty said, he said, I took your advice and hired a guide you mentioned to try to get the kiddo into fishing. He caught a nice largemouth. Nice. But I failed by not following through and keep, got to get him out there more. That's a very crucial thing. Like the next time I'm near a body of water and I've got some tackle, I'm jumping, and my girlfriend's with me. I'm saying, let's just go out and throw a couple lines. Let's just go out and try it again. Let's just go out and do it again. She'd be, yeah, let's go. When I get my kayaks back, we're going to go out and just make trips and make plans. It's so important. Scotty didn't fail, dude. There's always times to get going. He just didn't do it on time. Now do it late. No big deal. Get him back out there. Have some fun with it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Late but present. What's up, Eddie? But keep getting them out there. It's so important. And I'm glad Scotty said that and shared that with us because if you take somebody new out, it is crucial to set that next appointment to get them out there, to get them out and have fun and just show them that experience is something they can do all the time. Especially in some cases that you think like, oh my gosh, I can't hunt year round. You can hunt year round in Arizona. There's opportunities to hunt 365. Okay? You can. So it isn't, oh, I missed season or we'll do it next year. No, go do it right now. Go fishing right now. Go fishing as soon as you can. Yeah. But it's important to get them back in to doing those things. Speaking of back in, this is a beautiful segue. Good grief, man. I'm acting like I've done this before. Oh boy. Hold on. Mm-hmm. When we're in Mexico, we're sitting in this place called JJ's Cantina. Let's see, Roger Klein and the Peacemakers. Yeah, he owns that joint. It's a cool place. If you're down in Puerto Peñasco, I highly recommend it. Cool vibe. Totally cool vibe. Love the place. Even bought a t-shirt, and I don't usually do that. So bought a t-shirt. Anyway, we're there, and we're right on the water, and we're watching some of the fishermen come in with their boats and just get their boats out of the water and go to the market to sell whatever they caught for the day. And it was one of the most, I don't know if it's terrifying or it's impressive. I have no idea. But how these guys bring in the jankiest trucks that you could possibly imagine. It was as bad as the dumb minivan I had to drive. That thing was like Mexico camo. That thing was beat up because there's only one place in the valley that rents automobiles to go down to Mexico. And it was dicey. Let me tell you something. I was surprised it got us there and back. I was shocked. But it did. And then now we're watching these guys. One was in a Jeep. Jeep was the first one up. And this thing is doors deep. It is waters coming into this truck, period. And we're taking bets onto the thing. Wrecked at the. I did not go to Wrecked at the Reef, Jim. No, I did not. But it's that and Banditos and Big Tuna Brewing is on the list for the next time we're down there. Big Tuna Brewing, like I said, they were basically not closed, but they weren't really doing much because the Saturday and Sunday they couldn't serve alcohol because of the election. Anywho, so watching this thing, first up, we're like, there's no way it's coming out. Watching them get the boat onto these trailers that look like they're held together by some duct tape and chicken wire, and pulling these boats out just full of fish and whatever the heck their target was, shrimp, all that. They got out. I would not put my Falcon in this situation. I would not put my F-150 in this situation at all. But these guys, it's just another day. It's just, it's Monday. Let's just backing it up, boom, pop. And then the second there was a Dodge that did the same thing, and then there was a Tacoma. And I remember telling one of the guys I was with that it's unfortunate to me, and I've always felt this way. I always felt this way that Toyota has such a missed opportunity that they can't remedy. Because if you've ever seen some of the bad groups in the Middle East, the bad guys, if you've seen them running around in their trucks, what are they running around in? Yeah, old Toyotas that probably got 400,000 miles on them, and they're running around the desert with mounted 50 cals. And if you're Toyota, you're like, I want to tell everybody about that. Look, our trucks last forever. Look at this. Look over here, but you can't. But you can't say, look, the official truck of whatever organization. No, you can't. And so I'm watching these. I see a 4Runner come do it. I see a Tacoma come do it. I'm like, man, I didn't get to see a Ford. I didn't get to see a Ford. They didn't have an opportunity because there wasn't a Ford out there pulling a boat out. But I'm an F-150 guy. So I've had every truck imaginable. I'm not sponsored by Ford. I'm not a Ford guy. But in all of the trucks I've had, the Falcon's by far the best one I've ever had. She's about to turn 200,000 miles, and she's 14 years old. Yeah, running like a top. I have a little issue with the power steering right now, but that's manageable. And I put a little bit into it, so yeah. Giraffe milkers to pull the boats. What is that? What do you mean? Did you use what's a giraffe milker? Oh, I gotta know. Jim just said, did you use the giraffe milkers to pull the boats out? No, I don't know what that is. No idea. I don't understand. I guess because I've been pulling boats since I was a kid. I've been driving boats since I was pulling skiers at 13. I guess it's just kind of second nature to me. But it's fun to watch people that aren't very experienced at launching a boat, launch a boat, just to back a trailer up. It's very easy, kids. Here's how you do it, okay? You put your hand at the bottom of the wheel. This is for rookies. Hand at the bottom of the wheel. If you want the trailer to go that way, you push your hand that way. If you want the trailer to go that way, you pull your hand that way. And you just kind of scoot it along. And you're always going to be sending that trailer in the right direction because you move your hand that way, that's the way it's going to go. Move your hand the other way, that's the way it's going to go. I am not into the backup cameras. The Falcon has one. It comes as a screen onto the rear view mirror. And my son asked me the other day, he was like, do you ever use that thing, Dad? I'm like, no. No, I use my mirrors. How I was taught. I'll say it like a man. That's right. Or you do this whole thing where you turn around like this, just looking back, do a little swing this way, swing it that way. We got this. You got any dogs back there? No, we're good. We're good. Yeah. Just do a wax on, wax off thing. That's the best way. Wax on, wax off. Don't overcorrect. I'm telling you, too. That's actually true on the dock, and that's true in the water. Yeah, don't overcorrect. Just kind of just let everything fall into line. Yeah, nice and easy. Oh my gosh. So Eddie brings up another good point. He said hang out at the ramp on a holiday weekend if you want to laugh. At the end of the day, oh my gosh. Like on a holiday weekend, if you're bored in the middle of the day, just pack up a cooler and a couple folding chairs and some snacks and just go sit by the dock and watch the hilarity. You're going to see fights. You're going to see people wrecking things. You're going to see people hollering. It's fantastic entertainment. If you are into people watching, good grief. Holiday weekend, boat ramp, have a seat, have a cooler. Throw a line in the water, too. Throw some catfishing, man. Throw some chicken livers down the bottom and see what you can catch while you're out there catching a show. Dinner and a show. Tell you what it is. Dinner and a show. But it's fun to see this. You had a toy. Oh, you had a Land Cruiser. Woo! Holy cow. Yeah. Oh, wait, is it a Toyota Land Cruiser step-side pickup? That's a thing? Oh, that's rad. Oh, I love Toyota. My ex, I told her father, I was like, your Land Cruiser, when you're done with it, I want it. And of course, he went and sold it for like $1,500. And I didn't know you wanted that thing. Yeah, I think Land Cruisers are the coolest thing. Call them Land Cruisers. Yeah, Land Cruisers. Yeah. So, but they're amazing, amazing. So, but anyway, again, it's very simple. It's very easy. Just push your hand one side on the bottom of the wheel, one side and to the other. But understand this too, that when the laws of boating are freaky. There is legislation for off-highway vehicles that is being proposed here in the state of Arizona that would require some sort of education, some sort of training, some sort of class that has to be taken so you can operate a side-by-side, so you can operate a boat, any off-highway vehicle. And I'm all for it. Y'all know me. I'm not for expansion of government. I'm not for over-policing, things like that. But I've seen too much crap happen over my lifetime around boats and being on dirt. I've seen way too much happen. I've seen crazy skill. My buddy Tequila Jim, I have never seen somebody do 45 backwards and not even turning his head, just using mirrors on a dirt road. I mean, and just cruising, like just cool as a cucumber, taking a sip of his coffee. I've seen the skill. And I'm not saying that people don't have the skill. I'm just saying that we need to have some dang regs on this one, some rules that when you have a 16-year-old out there, not knowing what the hell he's doing, not understanding the rules of the water, not understanding where he can or cannot take an ATV, where you're decimating plant life and animals, and you're being a knucklehead. That's a challenge. So we need to stop that kind of thing. So I think the education component is smart. And the education component it could be like an hour class, just as long as you understand the rules of the water when you're on the lake. I think it's great. There's nothing that can hurt from that. No, nothing at all. No. So, okay, Jim. All right. As a U.S. Coast Guard master. Oh, hello, sir. Yes. They should have a basic boating course. Absolutely. Fresh or salt water, too many issues. Oh, man, I'm telling you. Many are super expensive. I'm telling you. Oh, my goodness. And I mean, even if you're going to pull a skier, you got a license to pull a skier. You have someone's life now tethered to the back of your boat. So, yeah, I think, especially as U.S. Coast Guard master, I'm telling you, so we have a pro, an expert saying, yeah, that needs to happen. Yeah. Like I said, I had no business pulling a skier at 13. I had no business doing that. 19-foot Liberty jet boat. Had some odd something Corvette engine in the dang thing with the giant chrome headers out the side. I had no business doing that. I think about intern Nuge, Beans, Sarah, all of them at 13, knuckleheads. And I had to have been a knucklehead at 13. Yeah. Yeah, Lynn, you missed a ton, buddy. You're out, pal. Yes, yeah. Coworker get a ticket at Pleasant. Okay, took a motor safety course and learned a few things that didn't really exactly. And this is what I say, especially when we go to different things like firearm safety. Here in the state of Arizona, you do not need to have a concealed carry permit to carry concealed. You don't have to have one. But I tell everybody, take the course. You're going to learn stuff that you thought you knew that was dead wrong. I've been around firearms a hot minute, have several. When I took that class, I was blown away. My first, I kind of kept going through my head, like, what do you mean I can't do that? Are you being serious? Yeah. Are you actually serious about I can't do that? Yeah. Or I can do that? Oh, hell, I didn't know that. Yeah. I didn't know the word brandish meant. Need to know that. And that's the same thing if you get a ticket or something like that, and you got to go to a traffic safety or something like that. You got to go to those courses to get out of the ticket, but you'll learn something new, unless you do what I do. And that is a website that I have that qualifies as a traffic school course, and it's a bunch of nonsense. Not kidding. It says on the slide, this will be on the test. So I screenshot that and I put it over there, and then something. This will be on the test. Something. This will be on the, like, yeah, it's nothing. I just click through all day. And one of the questions was Luke Skywalker mentioned in this course? Yeah, because you were teaching me how to do the trench run in traffic safety. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's time, and it is. It's just time to really take boating seriously, to take off-highway vehicles safety seriously. And I have heard all of the arguments. I'm 70 years old. I know how to drive. I don't have someone telling me what I can do and not do. This ain't for you, champ. It's not. I mean, we all just have to take one. I think, at least for the team, and it's just fun. It's easy. It's an hour, maybe 2 hours. Game and Fish is going to have to develop it, which again, it comes down to government. Government's going to have to do all this and the approvals and the cost and all of that. I mean, I put my hand up and volunteer. Like I will narrate the course. I will do it for free. I'm that passionate about it. I'll host it. We will do a podcast about it. Yeah. And Jim, yes, refreshers are always a good idea. So, hey guys, thank you so much for hanging out like every day. And it's okay, Lynn, if you're late, no big deal, buddy. I'll get that podcast up here, toot sweet. And we'll do it, or you can just play it back on Facebook. And either way, it works for me, man. I have so much fun chatting with you guys. I love that you guys are engaged. I love you guys are sharing it out. You guys are liking it, and you guys are playing along. And I'm so thankful for all of you as we keep building this and getting it bigger and bigger. So thanks for hanging out. We'll do this again tomorrow at 11 o'clock right here where you are, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state and nation that we live in. Have a great day, everyone.